So the next challenge, once we've learned and searched for emphasis, how to find it, how to recognize it from the previous lesson, we're now going to put it into action, into some designs using basic shapes. So when you open up the emphasis and design folder, you'll see the rubric that you're going to be graded with, so you can kind of have some idea of the importance of different things. You will see the emphasis drawing, pardon me, PDF. I'm going to ask that you download that or open it like into Notability if you're at home, or if we're at school, you can print it out. We'll work on it on a hard copy. So I'm going to open that up so we can see it. All right, so here's the name of the game. We are going to be working with creating designs using basic shapes. I'm going to come back over here, and these are the instructions. So just some reminders of what we've just seen from the previous video and from searching for emphasis in some art on the internet. 4 ways that we can show that something stands out. We can change its size, right? It could be larger or smaller. This is a different shape. So you can make things stand out because they're different shapes. Everything else here is a large rectangle. This is a triangle. It can stand out through color. Everything's gray. This is a dark black. Placement, or how you orient the shape. Remember, orientation deals with how you turn it. Our placement deals with the rule of thirds that we talked about. That if we imagine a tic-tac-toe grid of verticals and horizontals coming through here, this area right here is an intersection, a hot spot that we talked about. So it's sticking out because of many of these things. Does every design have to stick out in each one of these? No. Maybe yours just stands out because it's a different color and where it's placed. So here's your reminder of hot spots. If you're looking at this nice billboard down here, notice on the imaginary tic-tac-toe grid, they have placed this very important shape that they wanted to have stand out, and it sits and covers 2 intersections. It's that large. It's really getting our attention. It's also a different color, right? So you can have an object sit on any one of or 2 intersections. That does not mean you have a different shape in each section. No, we consider this one entire document, and the grid is only there to show you an intersection of where you might want to place an object that you want to have be different. Okay, here it is in an advertisement, a magazine ad. What's emphasized in this? Well, the popcorn Pac-Man, right? It's super large, it's a light color, and it's sitting on an intersection where these 2 meet. Take that into your world, okay? So now we're going to come back over here to our emphasis design sort of practice area. Imagine that there's a tic-tac-toe board on each of these different rectangle design spaces. This is a design space, this is a different design space, and so on. You can literally lightly in pencil or on your iPad draw lines that kind of show you where the intersections are, right? If that helps you. I'm asking that you draw 5, but no more than 9 shapes on one design space, okay? You can use things like circles, squares, rectangles, triangles, ovals, okay? All those basic kinds of shapes. They don't have to be different. They might be the same. You can decide on how you want something to stand out in each little section. So in this section right here, I'm asking that you make one of 5 to 9 shapes that you draw stand out because it's different in size. So you might have a whole bunch of circles or circles and squares, and they're all maybe the same size except for one. right? So remember, you want to make one thing stand out. In this one, we want to make a shape stand out because it's a different size. Over here, we want it to stand out in this design because it's a different shape. In this one, because you've placed it somewhere interesting and maybe it's turned differently than all the other shapes. Here, it's going to stand out due to color. If you're working with pencil, then you can just write in a letter R for red or Y for yellow to kind of imagine what some of the colors will be like. If you screw up, need to start over, draw something different, like you didn't like that one, you want to try again, I have 3 extra boxes. So if you need to try again in a new area, hop down to one of these 3 empty ones and then write the name of the style of emphasis that you're doing below it. Okay, so you only need 4. Everything else is sort of an extra space to work in. Some other important things to note in the instructions. One of your 5 to 9 maximum shapes that you create in a design space, one or more needs to be one that you've made with the shape builder. Okay, let's come back to the instructions. Oops. So this little guy right here is my shape built shape. It's an oval, and then I put stars on top of it and I merged it all together with the shape builder tool. This is my unique shape. Over here in this design space, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shapes. I'm inside the 5 to 9, right? Because he is all alone, he's different, so he is standing out by what? Right, he's standing out because he's a different shape than all the other guys. Now, what if you don't want him to stand out? Well, hide him. Make more copies of that unique shape builder shape. Look, I have 1, 2, 3 of them over here. I made copies. I made them different sizes, right? So now I have this unique shape more than once. I have the squares more than once. And which one's the oddball shape now? Right, the star. Okay, so if you want that unique shape to be the one we look at, just have one. If you don't want it to be the noticeable shape, make more than one. More than one of anything makes things less important. Okay, one more time. Using multiples of any one shape makes them tend to be less important. Okay, back to our instructions. Make sure that only one shape stands out because one should be on any one of those 4 imaginary intersections, right? You can use your ID card if you're drawing with pencils, right, to make a straight line. You can just do your best with a straight line and notability. Draw the shapes large. The bigger they are, the better the space that you're taking up. Look at the white space in the backgrounds, okay? Look how some shapes are imaginarily going off the page. They're big. We don't want to see a lot of background space. We want to see your interesting objects, all right? I'm asking that you not make a recognizable picture. We're going to do that later. This is not what I'm asking for. So it shouldn't look like a face. It shouldn't look like a pretty landscape. It shouldn't look like objects that we can recognize. It's going to look like a random creation of different shapes in which you control the atmosphere to make sure one of those 9 shapes stands out. Okay? So again, you have several places that have a specific type of emphasis you need to work on. Okay? Beyond that, if you need more space, you have more spaces to do. Okay? Moving on. Once you have done the handout, this guy here, okay, You then are going to choose one of these 4 options, whichever one you feel is your strongest, and we're going to move on to the next phase, where you're going to be creating one of your things, one of your designs, as a black, white, and gray design. So choose one of those 4 designs that you've created, the one that you think kind of stands out the best, or one of the 2 you feel stands out the best, and you're going to then draw it on your iPad. Yep, in Adobe Illustrator on your iPad using blacks, whites, and grays. Okay, so consider the following instructions. We still have 5 to 9 shapes. You can use squares, circles, triangles, rectangles, ovals. Again, 1 or more shapes need to be used with the Shape Builder tool. Only one can stand out, and it needs to sit on the intersection of the rule of thirds, those hot spots. Some shapes should go off the canvas space, and for this first one, you're working with black, white, and grays. You can make decisions based on, do I want an outline stroke on my shapes or no outline? On some, or maybe on your emphasis. You decide. Use the design space well. Okay. Honors students, if you're doing this, and you would be in an Honors Graphic Design 1 classroom if you were, I'm asking that you work with the feature of transparency on some shapes, or maybe just one if you want it to stand out. Okay, so your first image of your choosing is going to be in black, whites, and grays. The second design that you make is going to be done in color. So choose one of your other options. It does not have to be the one that you designed in color. It can, but I'm asking that you use no more than 3 colors. That does not include using black or white. So if you wanted white or black as a background, or for an outline of some kind, you can use it along with your 3 other colors. Here I've used violet, orange, and green, and I've used black as an outline around a lot of objects, but the object I want to have stand out, I didn't use a hard outline on. Okay? What size is my document going to be each time I make these 2 designs? Well, depends on how you designed it. When you designed it, was it horizontal, going left to right? That means it's a 10 by 8. If it's a vertical, it's an 8 by 10. Notice the other slides will have submission information on how to save when you get to that point.